few things. The first thing that you're going to need to do is go through and cut out wherever you appear. So if I zoom in, right, this first shot, okay, I'm just cutting out wherever I kind of stepped in and moved the object. All right, so can you see, like, you can still see me over here, but that's okay because I'm going to be covered up by our mask. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to cut it all up so I'm only seeing the object move. The next step is you're going to select all of this footage. You're going to select all of this footage, all these individual clips, right click, and go to speed duration. All right, and we're actually going to mess around the duration. Speed is if I wanted to make everything move faster. I don't. I just want to change the duration that's held on screen. All right, so the way that this is read is hours, minutes, seconds, frames. So right now, each of these shots are held for 25 frames. That's a long time. That's more than a second, really. So I want it to be held for 2 frames, or usually like 2 to 4. Play with it, see what you think. And I also want to make sure to check this box. If I don't check this box, there's going to be a space in between. And this will make them all kind of come together. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit OK. And you'll notice it just shrunk right up. Okay, so it actually really changed the duration. So now if I press play, more or less it's going to seem like it's moving on its own. There's definitely a few frames there where I'm still in it, and that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. Okay, so now I need to find the moment where I actually interact with this can, which is, zoom out a little bit, here. Okay, so this is the moment where I grab the can. All right, so I'm going to cut it right before my hand connects with it, like right about here. Okay, I'm going to cut, delete everything. Oops, delete everything else, and bring this right to the start of the end of the animation. So it's going to look like do, and I grab it. Okay, so now I need the part where I'm sitting there instead of seeing this sort of weirdness happening. I'm going to stretch this footage on top to be longer so it covers up all my animation, but I'm going to put a cut because there's no more animation underneath it here. I don't want the mask to extend past this point because I only want to cut the frame, like half of the frame, where the animation is. I don't need to cut this part because the animation isn't continuing. So for this first clip that I've cut up here, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to come up here to Effects Controls and open up Opacity. Now there's a few different ways to create a mask here. I can use one of the pre-selected shapes like an oval or a rectangle, or I can draw a mask of any kind of shape that I want. So I'm going to do that just to show you what it looks like. All right, so you'll notice I can actually change the size. So you can actually see me in 2 places right now because I have the clip that I put the mask on is what you can see inside the circle. And then the animated clip underneath is what you're seeing outside of the mask. All right, so I'm actually going to delete that. And I'm just going to click on my rectangle because I have it's like a straight line going up and down in the middle of my frame. And I'm going to mask out everything except for right where you see the can at the end. So this is what it ends up looking like. And then I grab it. So again, not perfect because you are seeing me move in places, but that's something I can finesse. But in general, I have the effect here, right? I have the mask going, I have the animation happening underneath the mask. Okay, and then I grab. Now, if I ever make a mask and then I decide, oh no, it's actually the opposite, I want this half of the frame to be masked and the other half to be see-through, I don't have to redo it. I can just hit the invert button and it flips which side you can see and which side you can't. And that's it. That's how you do masking. It's actually a really pretty simple effect, and you can do some really neat stuff with it.